Hi folks, Joblot Comics here. This is a little upload for you for today. My friend is Comic Samurai, and he's a samurai who reads comics, obviously, yeah? And if you watch his channel, you'll know that he does this little upload every now and then where he does like hidden gems comics that, they might not be worth any money, or they might not have any great key significance, or they might just be good comics and people have overlooked them, and he just likes people to know, there's good comics out there. You don't have to be a flipper to enjoy the comic book industry. So I thought, hey, I can do that. I can't do it as well as him because he has a multi-million pound studio and a collection that I can do nothing but envy. But I thought, right, well, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do my sort of hidden gem comics I think that you could buy and read, and you would probably enjoy. This one here is actually a UK base of indie. It's called Exit. It's by a fantastic creator called Nabil Kenan. I think that might be him there, although I don't know. He did some amazing work. I mean, it's hard to put into words. Um, when you find an indie comic that you love and it becomes sort of quite iconic for you, and then you realise that it was an indie book, and he should have been working for the big companies. He has an eye for composition and detail, and above all, boy, could he write a story. This book was a little mini series. It then got a little sequel. Caliber Comics picked up on it in the US, and he printed his stuff out there. And got a typical earnings, and then did a few graphic novels, The Birthday Riots and The Drowners, and then I think The Drowners he did for Image as well, and then gone. Yep, disappeared. I miss his work so much, and my one great regret was that I never got a piece of original artwork, because look, you could buy his artwork, yeah. And I never did it because when I was younger, I didn't have the money, and I just loved that comic. Anyway, Hidden Gem, Exit, go and track him down, find him. Here's one, Batman Full Circle. You ever heard of this? It's a graphic novel, it's a one-off. Mike W. Barr and Alan Davis, whose work is amazing, and this is a kind of sequel to Batman Year 2. And it only came out in this format. And it's it's a double-sized story, and I'll tell you this, right? That you can buy this so cheap. This has got some of Alan Davis's greatest Batman artwork ever. The story ain't that great, yeah. It's okay, it's doable, but that's not why you'd buy it. It's just to see Alan Davis doing this Batman and Robin stuff. I just think it's absolutely phenomenal. Nobody ever talks about this book. Nobody ever references it. Although it is an important part of this mythology for Batman, it's probably all been retconned now anyway. Why? Because they all live in different worlds now. But it is just an absolutely amazing piece of work. And nobody reads it. Nobody talks about it. I mean, look. I wasn't aware I needed a reservation. So, I mean, it's just great. It fires on all cylinders. It's got a great villain. It's got a great story. It's got a great twist at the end, I think. Or did I invent that? And yeah, the Reaper's back. The Fiendish Zealot, first introduced in the best-selling Batman Year 2, has returned from the grave to spread menace and madness throughout Gotham City to halt and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, there you go. Buy this book if you see it anywhere. It's Batman Full Circle. It's square bound. I wonder if I can show you that. Yeah. Buy this book, it's a hidden gem. I bet you Comic Samurai's got it somewhere and he's forgotten about it. Here's another one you'll know. American Flag. These books are so cheap. See this first one by Howard Chaykin? Oh my god, I know it's a Judge Dredd clone. Although Comic Samurai didn't realise that, but it is. It's just, good lord, on the first page, Chaykin, are you mad? It's design-wise and story-wise, this book has never, ever, ever been surpassed. It's an absolute masterpiece. And what happened? Yeah, Chaykin got bored with it. Yeah, first wanted to keep it running. Alan Moore even wrote on this title eventually. Chaykin just got bored, and he moved on. Anyone remember this? X-Files? It's getting a reboot. Yeah, because there's no fresh ideas anymore. all they can do is go back and rehash the old ones. So the X-Files was so popular, it got a Tops, remember Tops? Comic book run, and it was a sensation. There's the credits. You know Charlie Radlard's work. He's done a lot of stuff, yeah. And it was the bee's knees. This book was so hot that this first issue, it had about 100 reprints. Just kept reprinting it. I don't even know what reprint this is. And it was Mulder and Scully. And they were out there doing their thing. Look, he's even got a poster on the inside, look. So, if you're an X-Files fan, if you're of a certain age, I want to believe it's a flying saucer, it's not really. If you're an X-Files fan and you've never read this comic, you need to go back and have a wee look at it. You'll just love it, just for the sheer nostalgia of the whole thing. It's just fantastic. I don't know how many issues it ran for. It ran for a while, and then there was like digest issues, and there was magazines, and there was, you know, all kinds of spin-offs and stuff, and then the comic get cancelled. I suppose as this is a special numbered edition. This is 150,304 of 120,000. This is like a second print or something, right? And even on their second print, they were selling 100. Can you imagine a comic book these days selling 120,000? There would be champagne in the offices. Nah, they're lucky if they break 10 these days and then they cancel it after 5 issues. Hey, what you gonna do? Anyway, buy X-Files if you like that. Right, here's a really odd one. Do you remember Marvels came out and they did that acetate cover thing, and it was like 4 issues, and Alex Ross did the artwork, and it did. You remember it, this, where they had? Can you see the trade dresses on an acetate? Yeah. There's been a few covers like this. Look at this cover. Oh my god! So this is the sequel to Marvels, but it's not an official sequel, right? Warren Ellis wrote it. We're not allowed to talk about him. And it was Marvels if it had all went Pete Tong. So it was like, because it's the same character, I think, from the Marvels, and you know how he was like photographing and recording the golden age of the superheroes and everything. Well, this is a Marvel universe. To be honest, I don't know how they get this book put out. It's what would have happened if it had all went wrong. Yeah. So you get all I think that's Wolverine there. You get the Marvel heroes, but their origins have all been horrifically messed up. And they became, you know, they were all mutated, and they were dying, and I mean, it is a horror of absolute magnitude. You can't even imagine. It's Silver Surfer there, yeah? And, oh, it's heartbreaking, yeah? It clawed open its own chest to expose its lung to the atmosphere and died of shock. That's the Silver Surfer. And this happens all through. This is a 2-issue series, yeah? Look, you know who that is? It's Professor X, and he's out there. Exclusive sighting of Reclusive President, story by Ben Urich, and the photos are by Gwen Stacy. Yeah, it's what if the worst possible things that could happen to the superheroes happened? It's absolutely terrifying, and it's 2 issues in this prestige format. I don't know if Marvel used to be. It's hard to imagine now, isn't it, that Marvels was so cutting edge, and so, you know, this is basically a Marvel Vertigo book. It's like, what would happen if Marvel had done a Vertigo book, and, you know, of a world of Marvels that might have been, all that remains is ruins. I mean, it is harrowing to say the least. So if you've not seen Ruins, it's 2 issues. Here's the second one. Now, unfortunately, I don't think that the artist on the second one, the first issue and the second one, couldn't complete the story for some reason. I don't know if he fell out or he didn't like the way it was going or something happened. They had to get some other doofus to come in and finish the artwork, and his artwork is nowhere near as good as this kind of Alex Ross sort of mutated artwork. So the second issue, you get halfway through it, the artist changing, it throws the whole series right off. They should have kept the original artist on it. I don't know, something went wrong somewhere. I don't know, maybe Marvel, some editor said, we've looked at this and there is literally no way we can put this out. Anyway, back on solid ground. This is Detective Comics. As you can see, this is the annual. It's from 1980, I don't know, is that 1988? And you think, oh, right, okay, it's just a Detective Comics annual. Okay, now, it's written by Denny O'Neil, and it's got Klaus Janson, whose stuff's a hit and a miss. But do you know what was good about this, right? They had that annual, and then they had the Green Arrow one. Do you notice anything? Yeah? This is Fables Part 1. This is Fables Part 2. Where is it? There. And then the question, look, Fables Part 3. So this was a 3-part story. And the comic covers, I love when they do this. I never follow on because I think it's a con, but I was buying these books anyway. The comic covers interlinked. So it's a 3-part story over the 3 different annuals. Yeah, all written by Denny O'Neil. I think there was different artists on them. And it all covered the one story. It's brilliant. You should buy these. You'll get them for like 75 cents. So if you see these anywhere, just grab them. Especially if you're a Batman fan and you love this kind of stuff. It's Denny O'Neil doing what he does best. That sort of international intrigue. There's great characters. There's great villains. There's a great story. There's sort of philosophy through it, and there's all kinds of terrific Batman stuff. And you know, he's up against the Penguin here, as you see, and Talia's in it, and oh my gosh, and the 3 stories interconnect. It's genius. It's genius. Hey, that ain't no Steve Ditko Hawk and Dove. No, that's the revival. Written by Carl Cassell and Barbara Randall and Rob Liefeld doing the artwork. Yeah, did you know that, Comic Samurai? Hey, did you know Rob Liefeld drew Hawk and Dove? No, you didn't? No, you probably did. Because he's a samurai and he knows everything. And there's the new Starman series before James Robinson got onto it. So any road up, that's my hidden gems. Did you like them? Did you read any of them? Do you hate some of the ones I've mentioned? Are you thinking, what's this guy talking about? I can't understand his accent. It's terrible. I'm from Scotland. We are taught like this. Come on. So have a wee look. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know what your hidden gems are. Thanks to Comic Samurai once again. And I'll see you all on the next one.